What's up, everyone? I'm going to be completely honest with you. There's really no reason why I'm making a video today, except for the fact that I felt like I should I should make a video. The whole time I was at work, I was just kind of sitting there. I'm like, what am I going to do for today's video? Because I realized that I became a little bit too dependent on FIFA videos. It wasn't so much that I enjoyed playing the games, and I don't even know if you guys really enjoyed me playing the game, or it was mainly just me making jokes about the game. But I just had a thing to do every time I came home, and it was just kind of on autopilot. And now that I can't do FIFA anymore, it makes me too sad. I have to find something else to do. So I don't know how long this is gonna last, because I do have a bit of a tendency to start things and then never do them again. See the Dingo Mango series. That might come back. Just wait, that might come back. And also the other series where I was trying to become a professional footballer. That didn't pan out either. That was a good idea though. Anyway, I'm gonna make videos, and I don't even know what the title is. I don't even know what the thumbnail is. I'm probably gonna take like a face and then stretch it out so it looks kind of funny. And that's gonna be the thumbnail. Something I did want to mention is I'm trying to get in better shape. There's no real reason why, or maybe I'm actually going to become a professional football player, and this is some weird counterintuitive thing that I'm doing. It's like reverse psychology. But anyway, I have had this thought in my head multiple times, and I've never stuck to it. And part of the reason is because there's no real accountability. Like if I fail my goal of losing, I want to lose like 15 pounds, because I'm probably around like 18% body fat. I'm not out of shape. I'm regularly exercising. I'm like semi-fit, but I'd like to really get into an athlete territory where it's like 10 to 13% body fat, and you can tell that he's an athlete. And I want to like up my mile time. I want to decrease my mile time. If I up my mile time, that would be bad. Anyway, I'm just trying to get overall more fit. And I want you guys to basically make fun of me if I don't do it. So before, I'll tell you, this is what I did today. This is like basically a podcast. Someone said that they want my videos because it's part of their daily routine. Well, now you can live vicariously through me as I try to actually change my life. And if I don't, you make fun of me on the internet. So this is a great idea. I'm glad that I came up with this 5 minutes ago. Anyway, here's what I did today. I woke up. I have MyFitnessPal on my phone. I could, if I were a better YouTuber, I could show you what I ate. And it's like, oh wow, multiple pictures. Instead, I'm just gonna tell you. So I had a breakfast bar, a chocolate protein bar with 260 calories. The brand is Elevation. I buy it from my local Aldi's. 260 calories. Not bad for a breakfast. Then for lunch, I had some chicken and rice. I have no idea how people calculate the calories in this, but I'm going to go with a rough estimate of like 550, because there was egg in the rice. It was cracked and then cooked, and it was like fried rice. So I have no idea. I'm just kind of guessing on that, and I have not eaten dinner yet. In terms of exercise, at lunch, instead of going to eat lunch, I always go to the park and play la foot. And so I kicked the ball around. I ran. It's super hot. It's like I play on a turf field by myself, shirtless. Yeah. And it was like 95 degrees. Heat index probably like 101. I don't know. The turf field is so hot that I knelt down to tie my shoelace or untie it or whatever, and I burned my knee. Anyway, I did that. I have no idea how many calories I burned there. And then I just ran earlier, like 20 minutes ago. I did some crunches. I did some pull-ups. I bench pressed. I have a bench press like right over there. So anyway, if I do this continuously, I think I'll lose weight. Basically, I'm just trying to cut weight because I want to get lighter so I can run further and faster. So then when I inevitably don't play in a real football game, but I want to think that I will, I'll actually run faster. I've never played a official game of football. Yeah. This is a really weird series, isn't it? But as long as I keep to this, as long as I get more calories out than I have coming in, I'll lose weight. I'll show you progress pics and other kind of pics. Not really, that was a weird joke. So yeah, let me know if this interests you at all. I'm for some reason on the FIFA or the soccer Reddit. Let's see if anything happened. Ronaldinho and Zeko used to be drunk. Okay. I don't really care. There was actually something. Oh yeah, Wan-Bissaka. This is kind of weird. So, also in this random series that isn't a series. I don't know why everything has to be a series. Man United most likely have signed Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who I actually think is quite good. I think it's funny though because I've only watched like maybe 10 Crystal Palace games, and I've only seen Aaron Wan-Bissaka a couple times. I saw him against City though, and every time he's impressed me. But why does anyone care like what my opinion is? I'm just some guy. But you should really not listen to me. I'm gonna give my opinion anyway. But it's funny because on things like Reddit and like journalists, what they say, and these people don't really, everyone watches football. A lot of people watch football. A lot of people have opinions on football. But why do we go by their opinions? Why don't I go by someone like Jose Mourinho, who actually, he knows a little bit more than I do? That's why I think it's funny that in the United States, you have First Take, which is basically a hot take show for sports. And you have guys like Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman, and all they do is just yell and like make really crazy statements. And it's not even that they're just like in a middle ground. They either pick yes or no. The question can be like, is Kawhi Leonard a good basketball player? That could be the question. Their answer would be, Kawhi Leonard is the greatest basketball player of all time. And then someone else would say, actually, it would be Skip Bayless because he hates Kawhi. He'd be like, Kawhi Leonard is a quitter. That's not a very good Skip Bayless, but you get what I'm saying. So anyway, I don't know why that became a thing about Kawhi, the fun guy, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think that's a decent deal. I think they needed a fullback. I would have liked to see him go to Spurs as a Spurs fan, because I think Spurs might be getting rid of Kieran Trippier for $30 million somehow, which is kind of good. Also, side note about Kieran Trippier. I watched a lot of Spurs games. Kieran Trippier was pretty bad in some of them, but I don't think he's like, he suddenly became a meme that he was the worst football player ever, and that he's terrible and just bad and just a useless person. He definitely had bad moments, and he was bad this year, but he also has one of the best crosses I've ever seen, and he's still a decent football player. He's professional. I think this goes back to my previous statement that people like to overreact because that's what gets the headlines. So instead of me kind of always picking a middle ground, I'm going to, from now on, be the Stephen A. Smith of YouTube videos, and Kieran Trippier is going to win the Ballon d'Or when he moves to Juve with 17,000 cross assists to Cristiano Ronaldo's abs. Another thing that I want to mention, so I don't know how official this is, but it seems kind of official. The fact that Joao Felix, I know you liked how I hit that Joao, like wow. He's going to move for 126 million from Benfica to Atletico Madrid, which I think that's kind of interesting because if he's moving to Atletico Madrid for 126 million, Atletico Madrid's not the kind of team that just throws around 126 million for like a Philippe Coutinho. I don't know who would ever do that. Oh, that was funny. So most likely this means Antoine Griezmann, although it was pretty much confirmed anyway. Griezmann's going to be leaving. I think I saw a headline that he's going to be leaving July 1st. Most likely going to Barca, although he could potentially go to PSG. However, there's the thing about Cavani wants to stay until his contract is gone, which is through 2020. So then Cavani could leave on a free and get a big, big payday. Basically what I'm saying is I spend way too much time on our soccer because I'm so bored at work that I do this all day. Anyway, I think it's cool if Joao Felix, 126 million, a lot of people in the comments here are saying, they've ruined football. This is too much money. But it's also like you have to think about how big TV contract deals are and how much teams are just getting paid. I don't even know what the figure is for the teams that get promoted from the championship to the Prem. It's like it has to be 100 million. And that's like the bare minimum. I think it's higher than that. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. But you had Wolves come in and spend 100 something million comfortably. They got 7th. They got champion Europa League qualification. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Then on the other hand, you have Fulham, who spent a ton and got relegated. So, yeah, is it kind of weird that players are going for this much? Sure. But on the other hand, you have to think, Now Benfica has made 126 million. They're not going to go out and sign Philippe Coutinho. I don't know who would ever do that for 126 million. Who would do that? But they're not going to spend it all in one go. This is a huge deal for them. And if you think of other teams are they have the potential to just get one player. It's not like they have to continually churn out players. Think of Southampton. All the players they churned out, this was before things became crazy. I mean, they got quite a bit of a fee when they sold Van Dijk, although he wasn't an academy prospect. But you had players like Lallana, you had Oxlade-Chamberlain. I'm pretty sure Oxlade-Chamberlain went to Southampton. I might be getting this wrong. But all these players came from their academy, and they got pretty good sums, but it wasn't anything to really reinvest into the team, although they aren't really the type to do that. They didn't get enough money to reinvest and buy a couple big players or a couple really good role players to then become sustainable, get into Champions League, get into Europa League at least, or finish top half of the table. Southampton was doing that pretty well for quite a period, but have dropped off a bit. So we'll see. I don't think it's great for football. I'm not like, oh yes, a ton of money being spent. It actually doesn't really impact me. But I also don't think it's the worst thing ever. Like, someone is like, this has ruined football for me. I cannot watch any longer. I'm like, why? Because these random teams that you like cheer for and watch from afar are spending way more money than you could ever imagine. I don't really know what the point of this video was, but I have to go eat food now. I hope you enjoyed me ramble. Let me know if you want to hear me ramble. It could be a daily thing. It's kind of like Good Mythical Morning, except at night, and I don't eat weird things, although that could be a segment. I don't know. Let me know. I have a second camera. This could be a whole thing. I'll see you guys next time. This was way quicker than a FIFA video, so thank you guys. Don't forget to spay pets.